Luke Combs' new album, which I hear is great, and I don't doubt it. And it's really weird because I had a dream yesterday, I think, or the night before. I was getting on an airplane. His fiance, Nicole Hawking, is an old friend of mine from Florida. I mean, I've known her, 7 years or something now. I don't know. It's 8 degrees outside. Literally, I woke up this morning in Tennessee, and it's 8 degrees outside. So if my hair is long and shaggy and unkept looking, it's because I'm growing it out. I'm not going to keep winter hair in the middle of 13-degree weather of Tennessee. It's stupid. But it's where I find myself. And I also find myself in Tennessee at a time when the CMA Awards is going on. And I don't really care this year. I've not paid attention all year in order to have any kind of feeling about it one way or the other. I say I don't care. I mean, it would be nice. I've heard that Carrie Underwood is up for an award, Entertainer of the Year. That would be pretty good. I mean, it's been a while since any female artist has won Entertainer of the Year, and I don't know what she's done. I've not really read a lot about it, and I've not really heard a lot of artists, and I've not really paid a lot of attention, and I've just not, it's not been where my mindset is, and especially when it comes to the Nashville hype. My mindset has been more focused on business, real estate, healthcare, education, political terms in some ways, some political, not really. I don't want to go too far into politics again this time. Back in 2000s when I was here, or the 1900s, late 1990s, I was really into politics. And it was kind of the training ground for what would become, I became the director of marketing, the director of communications for a guy that ran for United States Congress, District 19, down in Florida. The training ground was here in Tennessee, and it was Gore versus Bush and all of that. And so, I'm not going to rehash that either, but the Nashville hype, I mean, I am interested in music and country music and rock and pop and Christian music, which is huge in Nashville. I'm interested in all of that stuff to a point. I don't want the Nashville hype, this show, this podcast, if it does become one, and I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I'm not sure that it's going to be like all music all the time. And I know I've said that over the course of a few videos, but it's because I'm still trying to figure it out. What do I want to do? Where do I want to take it? I'm more interested at this moment in life in the business aspect. And maybe I always was. I mean, I like finding artists, discovering new artists, and letting the world know about them, and letting record labels and publishers and managers. I like doing all of that. But even that was more focused on business. And so, since the time I was doing Nashville Hype, the original Nashville Hype, I've been doing marketing and public relations and communications for businesses ever since then. And my focus has really, I don't know if I wouldn't say it's changed, but it certainly is a lot different than what it was the last time that I thought, well, I'm gonna do this, So I don't know. It's business. I am much more interested in how the real estate market is going, what's happening in historic downtown Nashville, the sports teams. Well, is Nashville going to get another baseball team, like a professional baseball team? I'm interested in that. I would try to buy the team down in Florida, and a friend of mine bought them. He wasn't a friend at the time. I had written these people, and I said, hey, my name is Paul. I was actually living in Nashville when this happened. I said, hey, my name is Paul. I don't have any money, but I want to buy the team. And, of course, I never heard from him. But, I take big swings at things. I always have. I take huge swings at things and just see where the chips fall. I mean, if I don't hear from them, who cares? If they say no, who cares? If they go, yeah, you know what, we might be for sale, what do you got? Well, then we're talking about an opportunity. And what did the opportunity cost? It cost me $0 to send an email to the old owners to find out if they're interested in selling something that I would be interested in buying, even if I don't have the money. It's not the point of having the money or not having the money or having the network or not having the net. The point is to do something. And so I sent them an email and I said, my name is Paul. I have no money, but I'm interested in buying the team down there. Fast forward a couple of years, and some guy from New York and Texas, he actually did buy the team. So I found him on the Facebook, and I sent him a note, and I told him the story of me writing the former team owners and saying I wanted to buy the place, buy the team. And he and I became friends, and we've been friends ever since. It's just weird how that happened. And he was meant to be, a friend in my life because he's been a really good friend to me. Even in some really hard times or difficult moments or something, I've always had this person that I can rely on. He owns a baseball team. It's the Minnesota Twins, the Minnesota Twins one. But if Nashville does get a baseball team, or these people are serious about bringing baseball to Nashville, I'm in. I want to help in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I don't know what that would be or what that would entail, but if they're willing to look at a guy that's been in marketing and public relations and communications for, however many years now, 20 almost, I would be interested in that. That interests me a lot more than, let's say, Luke Combs' new album, which I hear is great, and I don't doubt it. And it's really weird because I had a dream yesterday, I think, or the night before. I was getting on an airplane. His fiance, Nicole Hawking, is an old friend of mine from Florida. I mean, I've known her for 7 years or something now. I don't know. But she was getting on the airplane too, and it just happened that we had seats together. We ended up just talking the whole time on the plane, like, her life now and my life now in Nashville and whatever. And it was just a really weird dream. I don't even know why I had it. I have no idea. Maybe it's just all the blogs and people talking about Luke Combs or something, but, and it's also just, maybe it's just a small world. I mean, it's Nicole, for crying out loud, and she's going to marry Luke, and that's pretty cool. So that's what interests me in music. Pretty much nothing except for the people that I know and what they're doing, and But in business in Nashville, the business aspect of Nashville, I'm very interested in. What is the new discoveries Vanderbilt University has? Anything? I don't know. I have no idea. What is happening downtown with this amphitheater? Apparently it's a big fight because the neighborhood they can't get from point A to point B like they used to because this amphitheater thing came and took it over. I don't know. I'm just now learning about this stuff. And so will it interest other people as far as the Nashville hype and a podcast and me talking about it on a podcast? I don't know. Maybe. So that's where I kind of find myself. I'm interested in a lot of things in the sense that if I am going to do some kind of a podcast or something, or, and if I do the podcast, by the way, I'm not going to be looking at the camera like I do now all the time. I mean, I'm literally talking to you out there in camera land. The podcast is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be formatted a little different. I'm going to mostly be looking over here, and should my location change, I'll be looking at a guest and another guest, and and that would be really nice. I would like to move into some kind of a studio eventually, sometime in the future or whatever. I don't know. Right now, I can't get past the fact that it's 8 degrees outside, and literally, but at least the sun is out, which is really good. I forgot how bad Nashville weather was. I mean, I say bad. People in the North and the Midwest that are watching this and seeing this, Chicago. Nashville hype was huge in Chicago, and maybe it will be again. I don't know. Chicago is a very good city for the Nashville hype, but you're laughing at the fact that it's 8 degrees here and sunny, and I'm complaining about it. But look, I lived in Florida for all of these years, and I still feel like I'm just kind of visiting Nashville right now. I signed a lease, I have a place, and all this, which is great. Thank God for that, right? but I don't know. I don't know. I do miss Southwest Florida. I'm thinking about doing the Nashville hype, and I'm thinking about doing something Southwest Florida. You know, I'm not really sure. I've got to talk to a few people. You know, I did some work for a guy. Actually, we worked together. He's a DJ down there, and he's now a partner of Shaquille O'Neal. And I did some work for him and Shaquille when they released this radio station that they did called Shaq Fu Radio. You know, pretty successful, by the way. And so I did some work for them, and he owns a great little studio down in Southwest Florida. And I don't know, maybe the Nashville hype becomes a syndication of that, which then jumps onto the Shaq Fu network, which jumps onto Sirius XM, which jumps onto, you know, keep going. It might happen. I don't know. Because my radio career, it turns out the guy that I'm talking about, he actually worked at the radio station prior to me being a radio host, a talk radio host on the radio station. And my radio show was the number one show, basically, from Tampa to Miami, a certain demographic of people, which is the 18, 34, 35, and all of that. Because the old people rule radio down there. Everybody listens to old people radio. But if you come in number 7 and you're still number 1 with that certain demographic of younger people, you're doing good. And so that's where I found myself. But anyway, that's my thoughts for today. The Nashville hype, what it's going to be, what it may turn into, what it may not be. And I'm still not sure about any of this or certain about any of this. But that's where my thoughts are. That's where my mind is headed. It's cold outside. I hope you bundle up and have a great day. And I'll either talk to you later, as in today, or a couple of days, something, whenever I feel like it. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.